Okay. Oh, okay, that's on. Test 1 2, test 1 2, test 1 2. Okay, I think that's okay. Good afternoon from New York. Today we're going to try something a little bit different. It's probably going to be a disaster, but why not make it a live on-air disaster for your entertainment and my embarrassment. Today I'm going to, since I actually have a project that I'm doing here that I need to draw, I'm going to try to combine that with this stream, and I'm going to combine it with this new update in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Ooh, missing executable, what the hell? Okay, so I'm trying to, this is not part of the disaster, but I am trying to fire up Microsoft Flight Simulator, and for some reason it's telling me missing executable, so who knows, maybe we're going to have to cancel this whole thing. Let me double check if I have the right hard drive on. I think I do, and this is where it's supposed to be, but maybe it didn't come on. Let's plug it in again and see what happens. Okay, we get a little toot 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 sound. All right, now it found the drive. Now let's see if Steam will find it. So basically this is the plan. There's an update in Microsoft Flight Simulator that added snow. Okay, for Christmas here, the holiday celebration around many places of the world. Day after tomorrow, usually associated with snow, probably because of Sinterklaas from the Netherlands or some other character from Finland. There's competing theories that it's not this person with a big beard flies around in winter and gives people presents with like reindeers out in the front, and the snowmobile, I don't know what it's called, in the back full of presents. And Microsoft Flight Simulator, there's the snow update for Christmas, and I have to make drawings of trees. So I'm going to try to combine all these things here into one stream. Okay, it's probably going to be a disaster. Let's see what happens. The plan is I'm going to take off. I'm going to find somewhere in the world that has pine trees, and I'm going to set the weather to snow, and I'm going to try to land by a pine tree and draw the pine tree live on stream on a piece of paper here. So that's going to mean I'm going to have to, hey Kerr, how are you? Good evening, good afternoon from New York. And so I'm going to, I'm going to have to, like, this camera here, I'm going to have to like move it down and point it at a piece of paper, okay? And it's probably going to fall off and break, and maybe not, but it might, okay, just play. But there might be trouble. I'll just warn you. Hey Sheep, how are you? A salute to you, sir. Happy Sinterklaas approaching time to you. I hope you're having a good day. Friends network is unreachable. All sorts of issues going on here with my computer so far. Hopefully Microsoft Flight Simulator does fire up. Is it my internet that's down? I mean, the internet is working on the machine here. Why is it not? Why am I having trouble with the PC? Seems to be working. Maybe it's something on Steam. We'll see. Okay. Oh, it's coming on. I think it's coming on. I think it'll show up in a second. Sinterklaas is long gone. 5th December Sinterklaas over there? Jeez, you Dutch do everything in different ways. Like the Sinterklaas days. Well, I guess that's the original. It's the original gangster Sinterklaas. I was reading a little bit about Christmas, and it apparently it started like it goes back to Roman times, where the church, they wanted to, this is one of the theories, they wanted to replace this pagan holiday that celebrates a god, the sun, and so they made it on the same day, on the 25th. That's one of the entries and one of the competing theories in Wikipedia, at least. I don't know. I just say, having come to the United States and living here now, I just say happy holidays. If you celebrate Christmas, I say happy Christmas. I don't really care so much what you celebrate. I'll say happy whatever you celebrate. I'm happy for you to celebrate. The original pagan feast celebrates Wodan. Wodan? Shodan? Like the System Shock 2? No, just kidding. I don't know what Wodan is. That's interesting. Question is, what do you say if you do not celebrate? Happy holidays. That's the politically correct American way to say something here, so that you cover all the bases. But yeah, I like to celebrate life, and I like presents. By the way, we got our first donation yesterday on the Arma stream. It's kind of a person from Portugal came in and donated $4. Look at that. Portucalenses, thanks again for that donation yesterday. That was a shock and a surprise. Well, before long, I'll be rich. If someone could donate 4 Bitcoin, I'll take it. All right. Okay, first question. Merry seasonal holidays. Fantastic. Yeah. I like seasonal holidays. It's diplomatic, but it's what it is in the end. It celebrates something that's not the imaginary creation of anybody. It's actually a real thing. The Earth is spinning around this planet, and it's a bit tilted. So when this part that's tilted is a bit closer to this ball of fire here, then it's summer there. It's people are happy that they're partying up in Sweden and stuff. And then when the Earth rotates this way and the big ball of fire is here, then this part here is further away from the big ball of fire, so it's colder. So the snow comes down from the ground, and that's what I'm going to try to draw now. Okay, where should I go? Where do you want to go? Your Weihnachten, Feast of Wodan, Sinterklaas, Coca-Cola, and tada! America has its original holiday. These marketers, they can make anything, they can make up anything and just sell it to you. It's pretty nuts. Yeah, Sinterklaas became red because of Coca-Cola, apparently. Where should we go? Should we go somewhere in the States? Where should I go that's snowy and has pine trees? I can make it snow no matter what, but where should I go that there's pine trees? Maybe somewhere in California near Portland or something? Maybe the Rockies. The Rocky Mountains would be cool. Or somewhere else in the world. Maybe Siberia? I have not flown over Siberia before. Let's see, what is this? Idaho Falls. This Salt Lake City. Where's the Rocky Mountains? Is it right here? I think these might be the Rocky Mountains over here. Verno, Duchesse. Let's go by this lake here. This looks kind of cool. It's like, we'll probably find some pine forests there. Let's go like here. I'll just depart on the air, okay? And let's put snow. Just this new thing in Microsoft Flight Simulator. In an old Flight Simulator, I did an Amsterdam to Tokyo once, so I did Siberia. Awesome. Well, which one was that? Microsoft? I've never done long-range flights in this. I'm thinking about doing a round-the-world flight starting January 1st. Doing a whole round-the-world in legs. Let's see. Okay, midday, snowy conditions, okay. I'm just going to stick with my Cub Crafter X Cub. It's like a rugged landing area. I did not. He didn't ask me for green. Our cat was like looking at the squirrel, and I was so excited that I forgot to ask for the snack. Okay. And let's fly in with. Yeah, let's stick with this one here. Okay. I'm just gonna click fly. Okay, I put snow conditions. Okay, I want to land and draw a snowy tree if I find one to study. Okay, I'm working here, Kerr. Can't remember the old Flight Simulator. Get a fake squirrel going back and forth the windows. This is a real squirrel, and it climbs on our screen, so we're like down because it might rip it, and the screen protects us from bugs in summer and it keeps the cats from going out. But I guess we should have realized that if we started giving it nuts, it would keep coming back. I think it actually made a nest on the roof of the building or something because we saw it keep carrying leaves up and down. Oh, this is not gonna work. This is night, but let's click OK. Whoa, whoa, whoa! I don't have no idea where I am. Okay, let's try to change the time here. I thought I had. Whoa. Okay, let's leave it there. All right, that's snowy. I can't see anything. I hope I don't crash into a mountain. Oh, okay, I see something down there. And so the squirrel keeps coming back, and we saw it running up and down the fire escape ladder with a bunch of leaves in its mouth. So I think it's making a nest up there somewhere. All right, there's some snowy trees down there. This seems to it's gonna work. So I'm gonna land. Oh, it's already getting frosty. Look at my window. This may become problematic. I should land soon because otherwise I'm not gonna be able to see anything. Oh! I have no control. I have no control. Whoa, 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 whoa. Give me an inside view. What the hell's going on here? I thought I had no control. I think my controls are icing up. Let's get this plane down quickly here. You're lucky in Cassia people have been feeding boars. You know what? I have a photo of a wild boar in the Cassia Cur that I
500.
That I took. Not the last trip to Rome, but the one before, I think, just running in the Via Cassia. Whoa, look at that. That's cool. So snow is in Microsoft Flight Simulator, indeed. And I'm in trouble here because I'm in the wilderness. The screen is starting to freeze up, and I'm trying to look for a place to land, but this is like wilderness. I can see a bit of sunlight there. Let's just keep trying to fly straight and level for a bit. Now that I can see I'm low to the ground. And let's see if I can find a spot to put this airplane down and draw one of these trees. Seems to be a little valley over there. Look how frosty it's getting. This is a problem. Is there hot air here somewhere? Oh yeah, there. I think that's heat. Alright, I'm gonna put this thing down because it's about to frost over. There's a rainbow of the snow. Interesting effect. Here's a bit of a valley. Oh, rainbow, nice. Okay, I can land here. I think I can make it over here. I can barely see. Full power, not gonna have enough space to start. What's up? They're very chewy. Ooh, road, perfect, perfect road. Oh! Just giving you a fright because there's no collision model between the cars and the plane in this, okay? Oh! Where is what's his name? Where's Elias? There's an American Truck Simulator mixed of. The soup was delicious. It's very good. We had actually some leftovers today. Oh, look at this. There's some sort of like lake here. Okay, but now I need to go back because I don't want to draw these trees. I want to draw a pine tree. But this is cool. Look at the trees. I have no idea where I am. Somewhere in the American west or the middle of the country maybe. Yeah, soup was very nice. Thanks for asking. All right, I think I'm gonna take off again. Oh, pretty rainbow out there. Look at this. It looks like some sort of summer parade here, like a Swedish summer party, summer fest, pagan festival, like rainbow. I have the little hearts on the wings. Fantastic. Okay, but I'm gonna take off again because there's no pine trees here. I want to draw a pine tree. So let's turn off into this field, full power. Back on the rudder to keep our nose up. Not enough lift, let's keep going. Hold it. Oh, but look at this. I can't see anything from inside the plane. Luckily I have this outside view, huh? Is this the defroster? Cabin heat, carburetor control. Heat, cold, okay. Where's de-ice? Cabin heat, that's the one. Is there something to defrost the window? That's what I'm asking, I guess. Alright, I'm just gonna have to stay with the outside view. Alright, let's go back towards that direction. Find those... Are y'all gonna fly some Elite? Maybe I could switch to Elite later, but I want to draw a pine tree, a snowy pine tree first. Seems to be some over there. Like a toy airplane almost from that angle. Okay, here we go. It's looking nicer. There's some pine trees down there. Very cool. The storm is over there to the left, to the east. Yeah, that's an ongoing thing, Kurt. Like key mapping is like a continuous endeavor. In my experience. Oh, there's a road here. Look at that. It's half covered by snow. This is really cool to see snow in this game. I hope eventually they have all seasons. You know, you'll be able to see the fall leaves.
500.
All right, this is quite picturesque. Rabinho! A rabo in Portuguese means a tail, or a cauda is a tail. And when you add inho to a... Vem aqui, Apollo. Vem aqui, Apollo. You can put him in front of this camera here. This is Apollo. Apollo is... Okay, there you go. Apollo, come into the stream. El Rabonho. It's El Rabonho. You're gonna make me crash, Apollo. Yeah, so in Portuguese, when you add inho, I mean, in Portuguese they have the male, female, I forget what that's called in grammar, and we'll be able to tell you. Male, look at that little diminutives. No, but like male or female, like you can have a word with the ending that's for male. Like for example, in Portuguese, a chair is female. You know, it's a very patriarchal language. And a knife is female, and a fork is male. No, it's weird. I don't know who the hell wrote these languages, but you know, they were not. They didn't do a great job. So it has its moments, but. You know, but you know, who's to say that Korean is a better language than Portuguese? You know, it's a language that was done like by the book and stuff. I can't speak Korean, so I can comment on its poetic and its capability of poetic nuances and stuff like that. Okay, let's land over here. This looks like good work. A little bit of space. There's some bush flying here, and so Portuguese. Oh, look at that. That looks nice. Let's try to taxi to that place. Yes. Try to land up there and then taxi down there. And so when you put inho in the end of a word in Portuguese, it means small. So if you say rabo, that's a tail, and if you say rabinho, that means a small tail. Okay. And so it's interesting because it can make anything sound a little cuter or sound a little bit more diminutive. Or if you want to make it a big thing, you say rabo, and like you put the thing that so many people that are not native speakers of the Portuguese language have trouble with, that A with the O and that little squiggly little snake mark on top of it. I don't know if that's called circumflex. I don't know. I'm horrible at grammar. Okay, I hate grammar because I was forced to study all this stuff in school, so I automatically switched my brain off because I was forced to study. And I should put the flaps down before I try this landing, I think. I don't know, and I don't, this is a little, is this pretty? No, let's do this. Let's try this, but I'm gonna have to put the flaps down. Or was it here that I was planning? No, I think it was there. Alright. Still icy in this airplane. And so, I tend, for some reason, yeah, French is also a pain in the butt, I can tell you. We can all agree that Shakespeare does not sound nice in Klingon. Was that in a Star Trek episode? Like the oh, you know what I just realized? I can map trim to my hat switch now because I have a track IR. I don't have to use the hat switch to look around anymore. I'm gonna do that, I think. Yeah, all the languages have, you know, their nuances and their troubles and all that stuff. But I started, the cool thing about this diminutive and stuff in Portuguese, and it exists in Italian too, is that you can make something sound, you know, you can soften or make stronger a statement. So if you say if you call a cat un gatinho, it sounds like a small little cute cat, and just by using the little ino, it makes it sound cuter, a cat. And if you say a gato, that means a big cat and maybe a tomcat, you know, just by that little diminutive in the end. All right, let's put the flaps down. Shakespeare was quoted in a Star Trek movie in Klingon. Fantastic. I think Klingon is actually a language, right? They actually worked it out that it's an actual language. All right. There we go. No idea where I am, but I'm landing here. I'm gonna attempt this landing. I think my right button is, yeah, this button here is brake. I have to remember which one is brake because I have to try to brake this airplane after landing. I'm gonna try to taxi over there afterwards. I don't know if that's gonna be successful because we're gonna be in a bit of a mountain, but let's try it. All right, just go for third person view here. That's not bad. Nice little touchdown. Okay, let's keep that rudder straight. Let's put back down on the elevators to keep that tail down so it doesn't bounce off and break our propeller. Fantastic. 1-2 DOS, little landing. We can learn in Duolingo. I have this friend who speaks like 6 languages. The guy's like capoccione, as you say in Rome, you know, like big head. He's a big IQs, you know, smart individual. And he swears by Duolingo, and there's this other one too. Those are very helpful. All right, already starting to, the frosty in the windshield and on the cabin here are starting to get a little bit. Okay, I have a problem here. I'm full power here, and the plane's not moving because I'm in a bit of an incline, and maybe because of the snow. Can I do something of this? I don't think I have a propeller pitch in this. All right. Capoccione is more for a very stubborn person primarily. Okay. I don't think he's that stubborn, but okay, maybe it's the wrong choice of word. And I might be stuck here because my plane does not. Ooh, there's a palm tree there, so maybe I'm just gonna draw over here. I wanted to taxi someone, but there's some trees here. Okay. Let's try to back up and point this way. And now let me try to full power again. Try to get a little bit of there you go. It was just a bit stuck. I don't want to take off. I just want to park by a picturesque place. This looks pretty picturesque with this pine tree here. And I'm going to draw one of these trees on stream. I'm going to try to. Because I have to adjust the camera to look down at the piece of paper, and I'll probably just fall on the piece of paper. But this is looking pretty nice. There's even a rainbow back there. Okay. But let's try to get to that lake, because that was really picturesque. Capoccione. But in Italian, I think, and we have Kerr here, who could, who could correct me if I'm wrong. I think there's the same sort of diminutive stuff. You can have, like, for example, una parola, which is a word, una parolina, which is a small word, un parolone, which is a big word, and una parolaccia, which is a bad word. You know, the Romans, the Italians, they also added a bad word. You know, I don't know if that's called it in many places, but okay. There you go. We're gonna taxi up this hill here, okay? I don't know if that's gonna work, but we're gonna give it a shot. Okay, let's get speed and let's go. Up the hill. Microsoft Driving Simulator. Microsoft Taxiing Simulator. Okay, that didn't really work, and you're gonna need more power. Go back down. Oh! Oh! Microsoft Taxiing Simulator 2020. You've not experienced Shakespeare until you have read him in the original Klingon. Suffixes they're called. Prefixes is before, like pre, and so is after. Okay. Problem here, let's try again. Behind me, okay, brake. Oh! Hit a bush. Let's go to the right a bit. I think I'm just gonna have to go to the lake here. I can't get up this hill with this airplane. Let's just go down to the water here. We're gonna try to find a picturesque place with a pine tree for me to study. Okay, because part of drawing something that looks like the real thing is actually looking at it and studying it. And I'm sure that this artist in this video game, they looked at a lot of these trees for a while and studied them. And it's like, okay, we have to make pine tree model for areas that are coniferous forest. So let's study one of these. This one looks pretty good here. I'm going to stop right here. I'm going to Control B for the brakes, okay. And I'm going to turn the engine off here. And we're going to do an outside view and we're going to try to do this thing, okay. All right, I'm going to continue. I'm staying here. I'm not going anywhere, but I am going to switch to the outside view. And actually the drone view. All right, and let's, and I'm going to turn off track IR here because otherwise I'm really going to go crazy. F9 to turn off track IR temporarily. Okay, so this is what I was looking for here. Okay, I think these trees are, I don't know what technique, graphics technique they use to do it, because you can see when you get closer to it, it disappears or not, and when you're further away, the level of detail, LOD, changes. Okay, I'm not a computer graphics expert, so I don't know, I'm not familiar with the technique, but it is interesting to see, what it looks like, and this will give me enough to work with to try to draw on these trees on paper here. Yes, you might. Not just a pine tree, but a few other stuff. I'm practicing, but this actually may make it into some of these illustrations. Okay, so first things first, I'm just trying to find a distance that I want to draw in. Because if you're going to draw this tree from really close up and see all the detail, it's kind of a similar thing that the computer graphics people have to worry about, because they want to make a tree that looks good from up there and a tree that looks reasonably good from close as well. And they're not going to draw every single leaf because the computer won't be able to run it, right? You're not going to do a 3D model of every single leaf. You have to do a 3D model that looks like a tree, but render it makes it looks like a tree from a distance. But and now with the snow, I think it's a shader. I don't know. I can't give you a concise explanation of what a shader is, but it's a graphical technique that basically takes a scene and basically shades it with so it looks like something else. Okay, and it doesn't take as much. You don't have to render every little leaf and tree as a 3D model. It actually does it for you in some mathematical way. I don't know how to explain it. Okay, so I'm basically looking here. Noted. I'm looking here with this drone view. how all these trees look, and it's nice that the sun is low so that we can get a little bit of a lighting contrast here. So I'm just gonna draw this one here that I landed by. It's good enough, okay? That's around there. That's all right. Let's just draw it from there. Okay, so now I'm gonna remove my stick from in front of me, and I'm gonna switch to a piece of paper here. And I'm gonna try to position this camera. No, I'm gonna do this with pencil, and this is gonna be pretty embarrassing because I'm probably gonna just screw it up, but I've only recently drawn a tiny little tree from one of my subscriber badges. And it looks so small that it starts not even looking like a tree, you know, but yeah. This one here, this is the one we're attempting to draw here. It's right in the middle there, okay? Just so you see, but I'll leave the little plane there as well. All right, let's see. Switching back, do you get to comment? You are? You're right here. Or what do you mean? All right, let's see. First things first, let's see if the camera's actually gonna hold. Okay, I did at some point call this journeys between art and play. Is that good enough? I don't know. Just the total, like, let's leave it around there. A total haphazard thing. I didn't prepare for this at all. I was actually having some trouble with inspiration there. Oh, no, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna combine the stream with some drawing to keep working here. All right, with this weird paper. This paper here is a little bit. All right, there was a weird line there. Okay, and you're gonna basically see it. Yeah, you can break the ice. Do you draw, Shripa? Of course you get to comment on the drawing. It's probably most likely gonna be horrible, so. All right, let me zoom in here a bit. 1 second, okay. All right, let's try this. Oh, forgot the camera. Watch out. Oh, camera's there. All right, let's just do like this. I don't know why the camera couldn't do it as well, but. Let's do it around there. Yeah, so I don't have loads of experience drawing trees. So this is a total like experiment that'll probably be a huge failure. And you'll be able to watch it live over here. Okay, and the resolution is not even great. Let me see if this, no, don't call Mirko. All right, oh. This seems to be okay. It seems to be the highest res that this does. So who knows? I'm just gonna have to leave it smaller because the resolution of the camera doesn't. Oh, I can do it like that maybe? No. Yeah, the resolution is not good, so I'm just going to leave it down there. And afterwards, I can try to sort it out. Like as I said, this is totally unplanned. I just had the idea. Whoa! commenting on the comment thing. All right, so all right, I'm gonna make this a small drawing, then I'm gonna try to zoom in to try to give you a little bit more resolution. Okay, so I'm looking at that little tree in the middle there, and it's the thing about trees that I've noticed is, or nature in general, is the first thing is you shouldn't try to make it symmetric because then it just looks unnatural. It's just a, you know, it's a thing that has its shape, and it's a very like one to us. What's the little hat? I didn't even see I don't know what the heck you're all doing here, but that's awesome. The little hat. Okay, yeah. So the first thing is like it's nature is not symmetrical. Okay, it's not a ape-made stuff. Okay, because we came from the apes. It's more. We make symmetrical things. No, cars have two wheels, airplanes have two wings that look exactly the same. You know, but nature is not. Nature generally is very abstract and very haphazard, and it has like immense complexity. And you can see that little on that tree there. There's like tiny little bits. It's snowy, so the top. I should probably start by, you know, outlining a bit the tops here because I don't want to shade where the snow that's white. There's a big contrast. Okay, so it's not going to be like. It's not going to. Hey, it distracted me with this little hat. How the hell are you getting this stuff? I don't even know how the hell you're doing that. Okay. All right, and I'm basically just putting a bunch of little dots. I look at the tree and then I look back at the paper and I'm just putting a bunch of little dots and a bunch of little marks and trying to make it, you know, like a quite rough and quite abstract without making everything going one direction, without making all the strokes the same. They're kind of quite haphazard. Okay. This is not gonna work. Or if you keep like throwing this stuff here, I'm gonna, you know. Okay, there's more tree. There's another one there. And it's not going to look exactly the same as that, but it's just supposed to be, you know, a little snowy tree that gives you an idea of a snowy tree. And so that's more or less the thing about art in general and drawing and everything is it can be hard to put into words what's happening. But drawing is mainly to draw. I'm not great at drawing, and I'm not finishing for cops because I am not. Okay, there's people who are really good. I'm an amateur at best. Okay, but the main thing about it is observation. You observe the world, and you try to put down something that looks like what you're observing. And the main trick to it is to get away from what your left brain is telling you something should look like. You know, you think like, you know, tree, and you draw a trunk and some leaves on the top, and get away from that and actually look at what you're trying to draw and see what it actually looks like in reality, and try to make that 3D reality that you're looking at with your binocular eyes. If you have two eyes, maybe you lost an eye. You unfortunately, hopefully it was just a video game that in Cyberpunk your eye got, you know. This is amazing. I'm really enjoying these little emojis of, like I was wearing sunglasses. That was Jimmy Boss there. 1, 2, Boss. Okay. And you can see it's coming crooked because I have the piece of paper like that. Okay, but it's just we're gonna pretend that maybe there was a bunch of wind, and and yeah, and you try to observe what you're looking at, and then you try to make a representation on it using whatever is at hand. When I was younger, I used to think, oh, I need a special type of pencil or a special pen to make a drawing. No, you can actually make a drawing of a piece of rock on the ground, like our ancestors in the caves used to do. A little piece of rock and scrape it at something. You can make a good drawing. It's not about the materials, although they help. Later, tools do help, but it's good to experiment with a lot of different types of tools, so that you can can find one that you're more amenable to. And Kerr here is going to get a prize for the amount of funny emojis that he's throwing here on the stream. Okay. And another thing is you pay attention to light. Okay, so light photography helps because it forces you to pay attention to light, like taking pictures. And right now here the light is quite flat. It's coming from behind the airplane here. You see that rainbow on the top right there. So the sun is behind us here, so it's quite flat. But I could imagine, it's still like high up it's still up in the sky. So there's light coming from the top over here, and it's snowy. So the top of the tree, since it's snowy, is going to be even wider than normal. And then by paying attention to the light, you try to render something 3D by using values. So for example, if like you have a ball, okay. And I could even like draw like this part in the bottom here, but let's say the light is coming from this side here. Okay, there's the little sun. Okay, so it's gonna go here, it's gonna cast a shadow, and the shadow here is gonna be on the bottom is gonna be the strongest, and then up here is gonna be a bit less. This is called cross hatching or just hatching. And then a bit more or less here. And usually when you draw a pen, then you use a lot of these hatching techniques because a pen only has one value. The pencil, you have a little more, you have more room for controlling. We should do CPM on Twitch, Ricardo, and then everyone can do emojis. Imagine how much fun it would be to do the CPM on Twitch, and you can have a little shadow here, all that. Anyway, so that's just a little, and you just watch it and you practice a little bit, and there's your little ball. You try to make it a bit round by changing the direction of where this is happening. So with the tree, I'm gonna try to do that same thing. Like the bottom here, I'm looking at that little tree there. It's a little far for me to see the detail, but that's fine because I want to render it so that your own brain kind of completes the picture of what the tree looks like. Okay, I'm gonna try so I'm making sure, I'm imagining a light coming from the top, and I'm just adding like stronger marks here to the drawing and little shadows and okay. And when snow falls on trees, I don't know if you can observe, if I switch back to the game here. Let me get a little closer here. All right. You see these, usually these would be quite soft up here. So back to here. So these branches here, like on the top, would be quite like soft because there'd be snow on them, and the snow would maybe flow a little like that. I'm losing my voice. And then the bottom would be more like, like the pines, like, and it's heavy with snow, so it's usually bending down. So basically you have like form, okay? Then you have direction, it might be going that way, okay? Then you have like detail, like little marks and stuff, okay? And then you have the details, then you have value, like you can put like more shadow and stuff. So you go from like one to the direction to like some details and then to value to shading and stuff. And it's very abstract, it's just like little points on a piece of flat paper. So I'm just I'm not even looking anymore, I'm just trying to make it up, and eventually you want to put a bit of the trunk in the middle there, so that you can, it gets bigger as it goes closer to the ground. It's not a tree. I don't know how trees would look like in a zero gravity places, but Kerr is going wild with Christmas here. Well, I can't do 1-2 Boston Street because I'm down here, okay? The camera's down here. And here, let's see, can I zoom in? Well, let me keep going here a little bit, and then I'll zoom in afterwards, all right? And you don't want it too perfect, you don't want it too symmetrical because it's a tree, it's not and it's not like a Christmas tree made in China or somewhere else. It's not, or here in the States, a PVC Christmas tree. It's more a natural tree. You know, those things are horrible. I mean, what I don't like about, you know, one thing I don't like about the whole Christmas thing is that they cut down so many trees for to put in your house, and then you just throw it away afterwards. And it's so sad to me to see them just dumped on the street in January after Christmas. I just dump them on the street. And for me, the only way I would have a Christmas tree if it was a live one, and then it would be in the garden, or I would replant it after. So I don't want to throw a Christmas tree out, and I don't want to, you know, buy a plastic Christmas tree that goes in a dump afterwards either. All right, so there's a little rendering of a tree there. Just dots on, you know, not fantastic. I mean, there's some branches that go to the top like that. If it's like thinner, it makes smaller marks. So up here, you have very light marks because, you know, it's thinning out. Then the bottom you can do, you know, the forest down there gets a little darker, and then you can do harder marks there. And so just a question of some observation. That was a bit too dark here. I'm not against erasers. I love erasers. I'm not one of these, you know, there's a reason that erasers were invented. It's, you know, and there's a reason that mistakes happen for you to get better and practice. So it's lovely to be able to draw with a pen and not make mistakes, or try to change mistakes into like something else. Or, you know, another thing about drawing on paper and pencil it gets lost of the computer is that you can make mistakes that can surprise you and can give you new ideas. The computer, it's almost like you're always trying to clean up your mistakes instead of, see, this is too symmetrical, these two. It wasn't looking really. It's not looking like the one on the screen, but, you know, it's my own little rendering of it. What is your problem with China? Xi Jinping. That's my main problem with China. How are you, Marcel? You know, like the president that has less than 30 days left here, you know, bad leaders and you can't vote for a leader. That's another problem. Those are my two main problems with China. You can't vote. It's like you know, it's set. So those are my two main problems. I'm starting to really go a little fast here because that doesn't look right. This thing, that's a little bit too dark, so I'm gonna darken the bottom here as well. How are you, Marcel? All set for Christmas. Fantastic. What do you want for Christmas? If I could get a transporter and send you a transporter, beam something over there, what would you want? All right, and there's some little bushes down here. The little bushes, I'm just gonna put a bunch of little dots like that, and then the top will be a little bit more. Okay. And there's a little lake in the back. I could draw. I'm not going to spend loads of time drawing that, but you know, it's just like we'll give it a little bit of a background to give it a little. There's a bit of a reflection of the mountain there, and there's the bank over there. A little idyllic. I was just speaking about you, Marcel. I was saying that you swear by you think Duolingo is a good language, and I was mentioning that you speak quite a few languages to these other stream visitors over here. You can vote. We'll give you bill which says what to vote for, and you vote on that. Democracy. Yeah, that's the Democrat. The funny thing about China is if you read their constitution, which is actually online, it actually says that people can vote and it's free democracy. It's like a total lie, you know. I mean, you could argue that, here, this it's not all great with the way democracy works either, the way the system is, electoral college, but at least it's a bit, you can vote for someone else. You're not going to get, you're not going to get thrown out, unlike they attempted to do recently. Here, I'm just going to put some little marks. Wape? All right. It's not even looking like a tree anymore, but we were talking about voting specifically. His words, not mine. I have a story about that. I was talking about how it was during fascism to a Chinese guy, and his con was, "Oh, that's what we do." Was that like recently, Kerr? All right. The tree here is not looking great, but it's. I'll put some little bushes here. And then in the back there, for distance, you draw those small little ones, okay? And when something is further away, there's more atmosphere between you and it. And so it's gonna look, and it's smaller, so we can put like some small little marks there just to get a little distance. Here, Microsoft Flight Simulator and drawing. And there's some bigger ones there. Okay, and they're actually reflected on the water there. So I could put some reflections. Could do like that. Generally, lakes or horizons, you can do a line, and that will all of a sudden start making it look more like a real place, or not if you're not very good like me. Okay. Trying to do some real. Snowy mountain here and wherever this is in the United States, somewhere in the Rocky Mountains. Okay, there's nothing up here in the picture there, but I'm just going to invent like there is, because you have artistic license. You can just do whatever you want. It's one of the good things about drawing. You can actually, I could put like, I could put Kerr over here, like jumping into the frame. All right, I'm just like I'll just draw a little thing here, and then you could pretend that this was, see how shaky my hand is right now. So I'm in a weird position here. I could do this, and I could pretend we're in a Type 9 looking at, dreaming that maybe one day we're going to be able to land on one of these places. Like you have your little radar here, and you have like a little, thing here, and a little enemy that's shooting at you that's like there, and you're in the middle, and then that's your radar. And there you have like your speed and stuff like that. So you could do all this crazy stuff with drawing that. I'm not going to spend a bunch of time like that, obviously, okay? Here's your little elite Type 9 cockpit. And I'll do a little bit of shading on it too, so that it looks like you're inside and there's a little light out there. So the shading, it's a little bit darker on the outside. And as you get closer to the actual image, it gets a little lighter and stuff like that. But I'm not going to spend loads of time on that. I'm just I want to try to take off again if I can get out of here, and fly to a different place of a different view. And yeah, this is a Lacon Type 9. All right. So then you can get really like there's for example curs Python. Okay. Okay, and where's Sheepa? Sheepa. What was he flying? A crate? What does it look like? Something like that. And the cockpit is like down there or something. I don't know. And there's like two big engines here, and oh, forget how to say your name sometimes. And who else is here? Marcel Beck is here. Marcel Beck. It's just this dude here that came on. Marcel Beck is this dude here that he looks a little bit like Jackie Chan. I mean, not Jackie Chan, Bruce Lee. Sorry. And he's here in the intercom system, telling me about some situation in cyberspace that I have to. In subspace that I have to deal with. Okay. All right. I'm gonna take off again. Not a great tree, but it's the first time I really do this, and I'm not very great. And I put like Christmas lights on it and stuff like that. But there's my little. I should probably complete it so it actually looks like in the ship over here, and there's another tree over there. It takes time, and it takes you have to be willing to fail a lot, and to get some of this stuff moving. Problem with most people, myself included, is that people are too afraid to start. And let's say like we landed maybe in a place that's a bunch of reeds around it, and now I'm just going like imagination instead of like looking at there. I'm just like pretending we landed somewhere. There's a bunch of reeds here, and maybe you're like in a swamp, and it's snowy out there, but there's still a swamp. Maybe it's some sort of landscape crazy thing, and maybe there's a little Tribble over here, like a little monster. It probably has snow on his head, so Tribble's lots of little hairs and stuff, and you can't even see their eyes. So a little Tribble over there, or maybe that could be, by the looks of that, it could be like a thing that cats play with, like a ball of yarn, or maybe, I don't know. And that is just a little Elite Microsoft Flight Simulator winter landscape. All right. And there's a little bit of shading up there. My hand's a little too jumpy right now to do this, but let's try it anyway. You can see a line there more or less, and that's a little bit of a shading, just to show that there's an incline up there and a mountain. Do more of them in the distance. Hey, Elias, I was just speaking about you the other day. What was I gonna say? I landed right by a truck, and I was like, oh, I wonder how Elias's trucking is going. I'm doing good, sir. How are you doing? Okay. Another thing about pictures, it's about balance for a picture to really look nice on your wall for a while. Not that I'm saying that this would be one, but so for example, right here, there's nothing there. Not perfect balance, but I should put something over there. Get rid of that little thing. So let's just put a 88 out of 100 followers. Okay, that's my little balance for there. All right, and I'm not going to really add these other trees here, although I probably should add one of them because it's snowy. There's some branches coming from the left there. And this whole thing here is called like staging, first you stage. I didn't, usually what you would do is you would make like a really small little thumbnail of the scene, and it's like, okay, so I want, the main subject like here, and to frame it, I'm gonna have like a tree very close up over here, maybe gonna have a mountain on the background and a little sun over there. And then you work it out with like loads of these little small thumbnails. Then based on one of those, then you go to the, you go to the big one. Actually, this would go down there, and this one would go here, sort of thing. All right. Well, to boss, and Marcel Beck has gifted subs to 1 viewers. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Marcel. All right, here we go. There's a little, just a little drawing of this weird scene here. There's Kerr, there's Sheepa. What the hell? All right, there it is. Let me see if I can give you a better view over here. It really is this camera. I have to look at the resolution and stuff. You can't see too well, but maybe I'll put it on the Discord or on the website later so you can see a bit better. Can it? Okay, just a little. Let's take off again. Galaxicat. Oh, fantastic. Galaxicat, Marcel gifted a sub to Galaxicat. This is awesome. Lovely to see all these people joining forces and being kind here on stream. Hope to meet you all in Europe or anywhere in the world in person soon, the ones that I haven't met as well. All right, let's take off again, and let's find a different place to maybe make one more low drawing. Let's see if I can even actually take off from here, okay? All right, very picturesque place here, Microsoft Flight Center of the new snow thing. All right. I'm going to turn track IR on again. You can hear the snow. You can hear the snow hitting the airplane. Can you hear that? It's pretty cool. All right. I do not know how to turn on this airplane, so I'm just going to do the same things I had done in reverse. It's like a car. It's pretty easy. All right. Oh, easy. Thanks, Marcel. You thought that was a view outside my window? No, it's Microsoft Flight Simulator. I'm doing something new today. I'm going to, since I have to do some drawings in real life, I thought I'll combine it with the streaming. I'm going to land somewhere. I'm going to draw a tree. And here we are. We land in this place. I don't know if I'm going to take off again because it's uphill, and I don't know if this plane will be able to taxi that direction. Let's try it out. I have to undo my my brakes here, and let's see if we can get out of here. If not, I'm just going to have to restart and go somewhere else. Come on, let's go. A bit lower here, the volume. Okay, gonna try again. Getting back here. Oh, I'm gonna crash into the tree. Oh, managed to stop just in time. All right. Full power. I really don't think we'll have enough power to get out of here, but try one more time. All right. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on. Yes, okay. Come on. Go, go, go. Hello, Galactic Clat. Let me introduce you to this gentleman called Shipa. He's a very nice guy. All right. Maybe the other way. Oh, that way, that way, that way, that way, that way. Yes, that's good. Oh, and here we go. Oh! Shake on it. I think I can climb up here and get a little bit of distance to go back there. Maybe even take off this. I think it's not enough, but let's try it. It is snowy, you know, so it's probably hard on the airplane's wheels to do this. But obviously it's not the best ground handling simulation, but this actually makes it more fun because it lets you land in these kind of places and try to take off again. All right, here we go. Oh, what a bus! Very, very, very difficult to control here. All right, just missing the trees. Oh, I cannot believe that worked. I did not think I was going to take off from there. I was probably, the wind was coming from that direction, that's why. Otherwise, look, it's coming from, you see the snow coming from that direction, the wind's coming from that way. Otherwise, it wouldn't have happened. Let's put the flaps up. We are at 1 hour 7 minutes here. As soon as Amber's done with, I'm flying to a snowstorm here. Look at this. It's done of her stretching. We have to go and pick something up from the butcher's. We're gonna eat some meat for Christmas. Poor little lamb, but next lifetime I'll be vegetarian. Oh, this is a pretty spot. Look at this. We try here. Let's fly for a little bit. Let's fly for a little bit. Let's fly down this valley. See if I missed anybody. Very pretty area here. To look up where this is afterwards. Because I just picked somewhere random that felt like it was near the Rockies to draw a pine tree and flying to a snowstorm. Microsoft Flight Simulator accompanied by Shipa, Kerr, Galaxicat, Marcel Beck. Look at this wonderful lighting here. All right, starting to get icy my screen. You see, I actually had to land on the other one because it was getting so icy that I couldn't see anything anymore, and I don't know how to turn on the heater in this airplane to prevent this from happening. I thought it was this cabin thing here, but I guess not. Carburetor heater pull. When I did that, the engine lost power, I feel. I don't know what the carburetor here does. I'm a total amateur. Has the soup been made yet? I'm waiting by the door. Shipa, the problem with soup is that it gets cold.
500.
And this particular one, we're gonna have to...
500.
The Atlantic is too long of a flight. If I was in Rome, I could send you a soup, but I'm sure that the soup you make is just as good. Shouldn't say too loud because Amber's here. So. All right, this is nice.
500.
She would love to go to the Netherlands. I would love to go to the Netherlands too right now. I want some oliebollen, I want some herring, I want some double fried French fries with mayonnaise, I want some beer, you know, some White Widow, some Purple Haze, all that good stuff. Look at this, I'm not going to be able to see anything soon, and maybe my control surfaces are going to start freezing up too, so I really should find another place to land. Oliebollen! Oh, I think I might crash here. Oh, let's put the carburetor back in. Flaps down, flaps down. Problem, I'm going down, I'm going down. All right. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to have to leave this here. I have to go get this thing from the butchers and do something else. But I will be back later. Thanks for joining me. That was pretty good that whole time without bumping into something. So I wish I could have landed, but not this time. I'll be back tonight with Cyberpunk, possibly something else. You all in Europe will be sleeping, but if I don't see you again, I will be streaming probably tomorrow and Christmas Day. You know, I'm at home. We're not like having any big celebrations, but we will. I will be streaming. If you wanna join me in Elite, those of you who have Elite or any other video game, or just say hi, always a pleasure. If not, greetings, Marcel, to your family. I'm gonna give you a call if you have time to talk. To you as well, Kerr. Yep, will do. And thanks, Galaxia Cat. Thanks, Sheepa. Lots of love across the Atlantic to you all. You all happen to be in the same big landmass down there. Except I think Marcel Beck is in some sort of island because he's in the Swedish archipelago, you know. But see you again soon. Oh, before I forget, let's rate someone. Let's see who's online. Is anybody online? Let's rate someone before we go. I forgot the last time. Let's see who's here. That's usually someone I haven't done before. So I did Shepard the other day. Cypher of Tyr is there. She's doing Witcher. She's pretty cool. Let's go rate Cypher. All right. This person that did this project called I Want, more. It was basically a fight against the very toxic gamer culture where a lot of the right-wing people were finding a place, and she did this thing called diversity in gaming, and it's pretty cool. So I support her on Patreon actually, but I've never really been to her Twitch channel much. Here you go, raid Cypher. And I got confused about if I have to go there too after I click raid, or I have to stop my stream, but I'm just gonna go there. Yeah, let's talk over the holidays. Hello to you all, here we go, gonna raid. And see you all again soon. Thanks for being here.
I mean, he's really worried about. Oh. Okay, so now I'm down. I have to go down now. Okay, so now I'm down here. I clearly can't go back up that way anyway. Yeah, that's hello. Okay, now. How are you? But yeah, my DMs are not open, and I've had people like
All right.